I will be talking to you about our regional North Savo Agri-Food cluster. So North Savo, it means a region in Finland. And if you look at the map, it's somewhere like in the center of Finland. We have established this cluster because it's in Europe, in the last years, it's so important that different sectors, they cluster themselves. So different stakeholders have to be clustered. And Savonia University of Applied Sciences is leading in the region for establishing the clusters. And among the first clusters that we got registered to the European Cluster Collaboration Platform, it's our Agri-Food cluster. And I will be talking today to you about the cluster, and then I will put focus in ongoing soil projects and initiatives that we are doing, as well as what are our plans and ongoing project ideas that we are waiting for funding. Thank you, Shannon, for presenting me. And I think that you have covered quite well who I am from my professional point of view. So my primary education was that I wanted to be a veterinarian, and I had my experience and my practice doing veterinarian job for some years. And then I was committed that I continue on with my scientific research. So that's why I decided to go on with my master's studies and doctoral studies. And also I have to say that part of my education is also some work that I have done in University of Missouri in US, Kansas State University, and continuing with USDA, then some experience in Japan, but then my last 10 years, my work is all focused here in University of Savonia in Finland. So here at Savonia, I'm research manager and mainly focusing in food business sector, because we have those strength areas within the Savonia, but also the region. So food businesses is the strength area that I am like managing the research going on there. But at the same time, at Savonia University of Applied Sciences, I do take care for some national and international projects, as well as I do teaching. And my teaching is focused in animal welfare, agriculture in global context, and food chain challenges. So this is shortly about what I do here at Savonia. I don't know if this cluster organizing or organization is well known in your countries, if in your countries is required to do something like this. But I thought that you might want to know what is this cluster, what is all about. I will also show you a graph where you will see that we are composed from a group of firms or companies related to more or less the same economic actors and institutions that are located near each other. And they have reached a significant scale to develop specialized expertises, services, resources, suppliers, and skills. As I said, we are quite young organization. Actually, we started this initiative in the end of 2018. Then we worked intensively in 2019 to organize ourselves. And in the beginning of 2020, we got approval from European Cluster Collaboration Platform. And we thought that now that we are like accepted by ECCP, we want to establish our legal entity that supports the strengthening of this collaboration, networking, and learning in innovation, and support providers by providing or channeling specialized and customized business support services to stimulate innovation activities. And for this purpose, we just got funding from our national funding body, the project called Agri-Food Network. So we are working very intensively in this project to work together with cluster members to find out what is our legal entity, because so far we are working only under Savonia University of Applied Sciences. We are ranked as one of the most successful clusters, I would say, in region, but maybe in even wider than region. And that happened because we didn't create ourselves. Like we didn't start creating this from the scratch, but we emerged. What that means? It means that in Finland, we have been always cooperating within the sector, but that was not well known outside the region. So we have emerged and then we found out that, okay, we are collaborating, but how we will make this more legal? Then we are we have been reaching the critical mass. What that means? It means that in our membership, you will see that we don't have only companies or members that are pure agriculture or food. We even have other companies from the region that they found out that, okay, we have to support this cluster. This is very important for our region. Then we have built those linkages. We have been focusing in related industries. What that means? It means that in our region, we have a lot of farms, and the farmers are also working to some industry because this region is also having heavy industry. We have many factories in this region. So farmers working in those companies, so we try to find a way of how we will share resources between agriculture, food sector, as well as the present industries. And we try to keep our members only from our region so that location is not that wide in order to keep everything in like under the control. What approach or how we started to build our clusters. And here you will see clearly that we have used this EU approach, that in the middle of the cluster, like the main pillar for us are companies. And you will see later who are those companies. And then we have research and education organizations such as Savonia University of Applied Sciences. Here we have University of Eastern Finland. Then we have Research Center Luke, USAO, which is a higher level education. So all together here, we support the main pillar. Then we have different development organizations. We have national and international partners. What that means? It means that we are working very closely, especially when we are aiming those horizon projects. We are working with, for example, bio and agri-food cluster in Denmark, some other clusters, for example, in Lithuania, Latvia, and other countries. Then we have very much support from cities and municipalities because in our region we have many cities. So we got all signing the memorandum of understanding and support from cities and municipalities. Then we have banks and also some social, some security, social, not security, but what was the name? Those companies that also give support when we have to, like, if we take a loan, then you need a company to secure your loan. So that kind of organizations. Then different business sector support services. And here I can mention the business Kuopio, which is our nearest business center, as well as, for example, DigiCenter and other relevant institutions that they support us to build the services. For example, DigiCenter supported us to build our digitalization services and digitalization of our processes within the cluster. And here, when I was talking about banks, I tried to say also that insurance companies. That's why I said safety. I forgot the insurance. And then all together, we collaborate like one. And here we are for supporting each other. But as you can see, the main focus here is businesses, companies of the region. And also sometimes people ask, but are you competing with each other? Does these businesses compete with each other? We are using this pyramid approach that companies here are not about competing, but how we can build services in that way that together we can compete with other bigger players, for example, in EU level. How we developed. For us, it's very important that we keep our cluster work based on needs, values, services, and with having clear vision. For example, now we are working very, very intensively about updating our vision, adding some services into our cluster. And as soon as we have ready the brand book, because we are calling this project brand book, I can share that with you. Then we keep focused to be specialized. So we are trying to have we are having like regular meetings and events where we are tackling different themes, and those themes have to be relevant for the region where we are. The cluster also plays the role of leadership and engaging other actors in the region, as well as we always have to take care that we fit in the regional strategy, municipality strategy, as well as national strategy. For example, we have been involved in developing or drafting different strategies. For example, one of the important strategies is Finnish food strategy, where we were involved and we have been giving our input. We have clear action plan where we really take care of the business interface, and we do use a lot of our R&D services. So the strength of this cluster is because we do a lot of research. We do have one common communication and marketing channel, as well as very good international cooperation. Through those international cooperations, we are present in different global markets. What approach do we use? We already had very good business models. So we use those operations and those existing business models. Then what we do, we just try through the research that we do innovations, and from those innovations, we offer logical improvements, services, and markets. I can take an example that lately we are working very closely with Biopalo. If I translate, it means BioBowl. They are using all organic waste from food, for example, to produce soil improvers. And that means that it was there also before, but it didn't have clear business model. And we try to, like with the innovations, to make that company more visible and more active in the region. And also we have helped the business to get new markets. As I said, that when you see the title of our cluster, everybody thinks that we are pure agriculture and food, which is true, but also we keep our bases, our roots in rural industries, because as I said, we have lots of industry around us, so we cooperate very closely with them. For example, in this region, we do have Normet, which is a company that produces machinery for minings, opening tunnels. There is involvement a lot about the soil. So we keep close collaboration with them that we can train their staff and exchange the knowledge in order that how we can keep soil still productive, even though they do this heavy activities. Or for example, we have a lot of forestry and business around forestry, but agriculture and forestry in Finland is counted like one. So we always develop those kind of business models that how we can use forestry remainings, forestry like forestry as adding value to farms that exist in this region. So there is a lot of activities within rural industries and agriculture and food sector in our region. As you can see, I have been listed here the companies that are already our members, and I don't have to go through all of them, but you could see like how we have been dividing them based on their portfolio. And we are working very closely with them, and with different ones, we have different projects. For example, with USAO, with Luke, UEF, we are working in this Agri-Food network project to build our legal status. Then we work, for example, here with MTECO and ProAgria very closely in one project that we got funding from Horizon 2020, which has to do with safety in the farm. And then we have also this different international and national partners. Here I can highlight Kuopio Water Cluster, where we do a lot of activities with Kuopio Water Cluster related to water, but also soil, because a lot of laboratory work that we need to be done regarding soil and water in agriculture, we do it together with Kuopio Water Cluster. This is just a few examples. And here I just put it some of the logos, because for someone this might say something. You might know one of these companies or institutions. And I can just maybe highlight this Pakas Maria, which is one of the biggest companies that they do cultivation and deep freezing of the berries. Valio, maybe somebody in Canada has already seen this logo because some of the products can be found there. It's Milk Factory, and then different kind of organizations, but I'm just taking some of the examples that you might like recognize them. How do we see the future of rural industries, environment and agriculture and food in North Savo? We have a vision that we want to see ourselves as a world's leading sustainable rural economy region. It's quite ambitious, but that's what we are working hard. We try to see ourselves as leaders that foster development of regional actors in agriculture and food sector for promoting vitality of the rural industries. The main aim of our cluster is to develop partnerships, share knowledge and experience, and to create project initiatives by coordinating and facilitating collaboration. And somebody might say like, okay, why you have to do this? Some of the companies that they are quite active in the region, they still might be small to like coordinate big projects. And we are here to support them. And we are here to like do that leading and preparing and supporting for the project initiative. So far, these are the services that we are offering for our members, even though, as I said, now we are working on changing a bit because it has been more than 3 years and things have been changed. And but in the end of the day, what we do is that yes, we do facilitation. We try to keep the collaboration between members. We come with the different ideas for innovative projects. For example, today we had very long meeting with one of the biggest companies in the region that they produce machinery for forest management. And we had an idea that how we could go with big project on sharing the resources. We do have every second week the newsletter that we share with members, but also with all actors in the region. Then we try to do as much as possible marketing visibility, and we do promote and support knowledge transfer, because sometimes companies are so busy that they do need someone to go knock into their door and tell what's going on. And for you that you are interested, I have shared this with Shannon, and you can go and check what we do with each service, what that means. But I don't think I have to go through all of these, but you can like anytime contact Shannon if you want to know more, or I also share with you the website so that you can go and check by yourself. And somebody might want to know, what do we benefit? The benefit we count in two levels, national level and the international level. We become more visible and more integrated regional actor. Then we have more coordination and collaboration, because, as I said, we had initiatives here and there, but now we are more focused. And then we are offering and organizing different events based on companies' needs and based on the themes that they might be hot topic in some certain time of the life. When it comes to international level, since we became cluster, we found out that we have more opportunities for EU funding projects, supporting companies, but also supporting our research and development initiatives. We got much more opportunities to network with companies and with actors from different clusters. As I mentioned, now we have so good collaboration with different clusters around Europe. What's our focus? We focus a lot in sustainable and diverse rural industries and rural communities. What this means? It means that through the cluster, we also take care about social activities and other issues that will motivate and support rural communities to be active and to remain and stay and keep their activities in their region. What is our goals? We want to have better image of rural industries, because sometimes people, especially living in the urban areas, they don't have very clear picture of what we do, what are the rural industries, why do we have big farms or smaller farms, or why we have to emerge in bigger farms. So we have to do that. And as well, we have to keep in mind that we have to raise awareness for the responsible and sustainable use of natural resources. Developing new employment, and here we're focusing at entrepreneurship strategies in the region. In this region, we have a lot of entrepreneurship spirit, so we try to use that in order that we open new working places. And then sharing the resources, because as you know, in Finland, we are like quite big country, but not big in the number of people living here. So we try to share the resources we have. Then we are working very much on social acceptance of the industries. So this social acceptance, it's this project that we are planning now days, and we hope we get funding for that, where we are going to involve also soil issues in this project. One of the projects that they might be in the interest for discussing them today is this Horizon Europe, and the project is called Waste for Soil. We are like lots of EU partners there, if I'm not wrong, more than 10 partners from different EU countries, and the lead partner here is Greece. But for us in Savonia and Agri-Food cluster, we are in charge for circular business model and results exploration. So as Savonia, we will be working a lot in preparing business models for different countries, how they would be turning this waste from the remainings of the food into the soil improvers. What would be the benefit to do that? So we are working on that together with my colleague Tuomo Eskelinen, and actually he is managing this project. This started already in June, and we have 4 years ahead to go on with this project. So what we do here is that we try to use every waste from the remaining of food or from the harvesting as soil improvers, like how to turn them into soil, benefits for soil. This project, as I said, it goes until 2027, and in total there are 7 million euros. And here we will have to develop 10 technological and methodological solutions for recycling food processing residues from the food industries in local, bio-based circular soil improvers for improved soil health. And here we have to use, we will have to prepare user-driven standardized evaluation. This framework has to support stakeholders from the food value chain, including waste managers, to assess their status towards food processing, residues, circularity, and take action for recycling suitable waste streams into beneficial soil improvers. To ensure the co-innovation and collaborative research, our project is going to set up 7 soil health living labs across Europe. 1 in Greece, 1 in Finland, 1 in Spain, and 1 in Poland. And luckily for this in Finland, we are involved and we are working intensively in establishing the food living lab. Then same living labs have to be established in Hungary, Italy, and Slovenia. And there we will have to study 8 types of food processing residues. What are those residues? They can be from meat, fish, dairy, cereals, olive oil, beverages, for example, wine, fruits and vegetables, and other processed food. So I think this is one of the projects on your interest. And then what methods we are focusing at. This is important project, I think, for this network, and I can also share all information for this. We are waiting for funding from Horizon Europe as well for 3 more projects that we have already applied. They are all related to soil. The one other preparatory project we have been submitting, it's in Northern Periphery and Arctic, and you will get to know more about our project if you, Shannon, can share these links with the others. So thank you.